First of all, I just want to say thank you very much to Trevor for his kind words. I hope Danny and Archie are as kind as you. I'm a little worried though, I'll be honest. Okay, wow, what a day. I'm very honoured to start by saying my wife and I. Well, we're very honoured and overjoyed that you're all here today to share this with us. It's very humbling indeed to see so many lovely people in the room who've made so much effort for us. We really appreciate that. And to be fair, as soon as we got charged per head, I'd also like to say thank you to everyone who couldn't make it today. So, since we got engaged, it's been a bit of a whirlwind. We have ended up at this point quite quickly, to be fair, since I got down on one knee in August. But I just want to say how much fun I've actually had planning this wedding. We've had a ball together planning our perfect day, and I think it's gone wonderfully. And while we've got here quite quickly, I think it's quite clear to say when you know, you know. And before I go on to say how I know, I just want to move on to say thank you to a few people first. Firstly, to Trev and Barbara, thank you very much. You've made the most wonderful person inside and out here, and I really appreciate that. I also want to say I am very happy indeed to have you guys as parents-in-law, and I meant every promise I made to your daughter today, and I will spend forever trying to make her as happy as I can. Of course, to my mum and dad as well. I just want to say thank you very much to your love and support over the years, and you can also rest assured that I'll be very happy with Naomi moving forward. I also need to thank Nat. Nat's been absolutely fantastic from the off and taken so much stress off us. All of what you've seen around here today, all the dressing of the tables and the aisle was Nat's handiwork, so I just want to say thank you very much. Give her a big clap. You put us on the right track from the off. The first time you came around to the house and sat down with us, and your enthusiasm for our wedding, shall we say, has made everything that bit more enjoyable for us. Thank you. Where's Sylvia? There's Sylvia in the corner. We just want to say thank you so much for the beautiful bridesmaid and flower girl dresses. You worked absolute magic. And beyond the dresses themselves, I just want to say thank you so much for making the experience for the young ones so wonderful. When they came around to the house, the fitting, the hole in the knee, they all love it. Thank you very much to Sylvia. To the cutest little flower girls and our bridesmaid, I just want to say thank you for supporting Naomi so well this morning and setting the tone so beautifully by walking down the aisle first. Thank you to them too. Now, moving on to the groomsmen. You guys are all groomsmen for a reason, and I think over the last couple of months since asking you to become groomsmen, we've actually all become even closer. And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything that you've done, from organising the stag do to being with me last night, making everything perfect every step along the way. I appreciate everything. Thanks very much, guys. I'm honoured to have friends like you. Now to the kids. You thought you had a free shot, didn't you? Okay, so we've got our maid of honour and our best men. Okay, I'm going to start with Evie, who, to be fair, still has aspirations of living in a castle and marrying a prince. Although that being said, looking at you today, you would certainly suit the role of being a princess. You look absolutely gorgeous. You really do. Thank you. Now, becoming a family together has been quite a journey. Probably none more so than between Evie and I. I remember when I was Peter Knoll, who used to steal time with Mum and take all the beads. But I'm very glad that we've moved on since then. And now I'm part of the fit couple. I'm listed as Dad on Facebook. And I love it. And I love you. Thank you. Now, Where to start with Arch? First I was coach, now I'm stepdad. That's quite a transition. Now, I'm sure that Arch would actually tell you that having coach at home isn't always as great as it sounds, particularly when you wake him up at 6 in the morning for burpees and a run. Now, that being said, I don't think we could actually be much closer. We train together, we geek out together, but one of my all-time favourite memories with Arch was how one day he said he wished he was actually blood related to me. And apparently making a cut and merging our blood would do just that. I thought it was the cutest thing ever, so of course I made the cut. I made the mistake of going first. Archie couldn't do it, he failed miserably. However, a couple of days later he came running in out the garden when he'd made a cut by accident. So I made another cut, and I'm very proud to say that we're now blood related. Now we've got Casey, our youngest. Casey was my whole world for years, wasn't he? And I think it's amazing how well he's taken to the bigger family. And in that environment, he's really grown into someone that we're very proud of. And he's absolutely loved every second of it, to be fair. I remember Casey bugging me to propose to naming long before I did. And to be fair, I already had plans. It's just I know very well that Casey and secrets don't mix, do they? Okay. Now, before I go any further, I do really want to give the biggest thanks to you three. Because without you guys getting along so well and loving one another the way that you do, and us, of course, who knows what would have happened. But thankfully they do, and we've been able to say I do. Today really does make it hit home how proud and how much I love being part of this family. I love you all. Now back to my wife. I've imagined you coming round that corner since we were here in the end of August, September when we booked it. They showed us on the first day when we came here the walk that you would do. So I've had that in my head for months. The dress has been a well-kept secret. I wasn't even allowed to see the cake topper, just in case. But what I did do a couple of months ago when I knew this was happening and I wanted to try and plan ahead, I sat down and I got out a thesaurus. I did everything that I could think of to come up with a list of words or phrases to try and describe how I might feel on that moment. And in all fairness, nothing could prepare me for that. However, at the same time, every word, every phrase I had written down on that piece of paper, it didn't feel any different to how I look at you any other day. Whenever we wake up together, you walk in a room, while today is so incredibly special, you're special to me every day, babe. I love you. It really is amazing how, when you admire someone so much and they love you back, the person that you become, you change. When you go from best friends to in love, the process is incredible and the whole world changes around you, to be fair. You haven't just added to my life, you've multiplied every bit of it and made everything a million times better just by loving me back. And that's incredible. I personally believe that life is a game of perceptions and that every one of us have a different version of our own world. But it's true to say that if you change the way that you think, you can change your world. And I've always felt that everyone deserves happiness, but that idea of a soulmate I was never sure on. But now I totally believe we were meant to be. We're so in sync with each other, I actually feel like we share the same world, and that makes every day magic with you. I love everything about us, and I don't think it's a case of being able to live happily together. I couldn't live happily without you. It's that simple. And one of the best things about us, I think, is we share our feelings. We share everything, but the feelings particularly. having feelings for one another and sharing them together are two completely different things. And being able to do that is probably what all those little things in a marriage are based on. And if that is true and I'm right, I know we'll be fine. We actually watched, this is completely off key, we actually watched The Notebook earlier in the week. And it reminded me of a quote that I actually read when I first realised that I loved you. It was a while back, and I wrote it down off to the side. It was, love so deeply that when you're old and grey, your lover never questions how much they've been loved. And that was quite a profound moment when I realised I love you, and I read that. That changed the way I felt about a lot of things. And that led me to make the promise to you that I did when I got down on one knee, that I want you to always feel loved and never just hear it. I'd just like to make a toast, simply, to my wife. Love you. Cheers. Okay, now I'm going to hand over to the elders' best man, Rocket Arch.